Alright, let's check out this Kendra G video.
What you writing down, girl?
Hey, Kendra.
Oh, look at you and your dog.
Oh, yeah.
What's your name, baby?
Toya.
Koya?
Toya.
Toya. Toya, where you call me from, love?
Tallahassee, Florida.
Where?
Tallahassee. I'm from
Florida is a big state tonight. I got a lot of people from Florida tonight. Tallahassee, Florida. How old are you?
Come. I am 40. Just turned 40 October 6th. Libra.
Libra gang.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Okay? The older a woman is, the bigger the red flag is. She is 40. Dating for women is easy. Women will always find men that want to be with them, have sex with them, be boyfriend, girlfriend with them, want to marry them. And yet, at 40, you're still on the dating market. What does that say? One, you choose terrible men. It's a red flag, right? Women, like, they're poor judging characters. They give their bodies to men that they don't see a future with. They fall in love with men that doesn't see a future with. They give children to men that they call deadbeats later on. Okay, so you're poor judge in men. You're attracted to terrible men, and you attract terrible men. And two, okay, you most likely are hard to deal with. So yes, you're a red flag.
Okay, you have any children?
No.
No kids. What you do for a living?
At 40, no kids. She doesn't qualify for a new marriage, right? She doesn't qualify for a marriage. You know, I read the title, right? But she doesn't qualify for marriage. They don't. Because I personally believe, right? This is what I advocate, right? Marriage is a terrible thing for men. There's no benefit. But I'm a big supporter in, if you want to have kids with someone, right? You should get married. Because marriage is not logical, but the only logic in getting married is to have kids. So you can show this woman that you're giving her security, that you are willing to take on this risk, this big risk for children. Okay? That you want to show your children the stability, right? You want to show your children the strong bond, being husband and wife. Okay? The strong family bond. And it's that's what's worth it, right? That's the only thing that I would agree to someone getting married.
I am an IT equipment manager. I work in IT.
IT equipment manager. So Toya, Florida, Tallahassee, 40, Libra, no kids, IT equipment manager. Let's do it. What kind of man you looking for, honey?
Somebody that is a leader. Someone that can be accountable and take responsibility for their actions. A lot of, yeah. Yeah. I don't require too much. Just own yourself, own your stuff.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Liars, cheaters, just people that kind of portray to be something that they're not.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
No.
No.
I mean, he needs to be presentable.
Okay, be presentable. What about money? You got to make a certain amount of money?
I would say 70, 80 is fine.
78, that's fine. Should he be in Florida?
This is the thing, right? Off the bat, any woman that asks for a man that makes over 50K, you are asking for above average men. Not like amazing men, right? Not the 100K men, but you're still asking for above average men. 50K is the average for most men. Okay, anything more, you're asking for men that do decently well. I said it, right. I think men that do 60 to 80K are good. That's a good, decent life, decent job. Okay, you're doing very well. So this is the thing with women asking for above average men when really you are average at best. Nothing about you say you're above average. So, okay. I would like men to, know that if you make 60 to 80K, you are you are doing well. You should be proud of yourself. As men, you should be proud of yourself. That you're doing relatively, you are above average. That's amazing. Being above average makes you amazing. So I'm saying, like, you should be proud of yourself because I'm proud of you too.
No.
No. All right. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Hey.
They say your dog is adorable. Okay. We can see your dog is very much attached to you.
Oh my God! Every time I move, come.
So he has to be a dog person.
Yes. Well, I don't like do all the weird stuff. Like she has her own bed. She doesn't sleep in the bed with me. She's not.
But what's the weird stuff? She got an outfit on.
What, you think that's weird?
No. Listen, I was once a dog mommy. I will say this. Shout out to Philadelphia. If you are a day one cousin, you know Philadelphia. I used to host a show at times with Philadelphia in my arms. She was literally my child. My first child, she would go down in history as. But some people would say I did too much. You know, she had clothes. I mean, she had everything. So as a doggy mommy in my past, I get it. To me, it's not a lot. But to people who don't know dogs, they would potentially think it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, the weird stuff is like kissing the mouth and sleeping in the bed and.
Okay.
Go far.
So you don't do none of that, right? No kissing in the mouth.
Real no.
Okay, no. Okay, well, we got that covered. All right, what was your last relationship, Toya?
I was talking to someone maybe a little less than a year ago.
A little less than a year ago. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A little less than a year ago.
A little less than a year ago. Okay, why do you think so long?
I'm looking for something specific. Like I'm looking for actually that has just some type of drive, I'm looking for a husband. This would be my second marriage. I was married for 12 years. I've been divorced 5. And
What?
Hopefully he'll talk about it, but it's a red flag already. I absolutely disdain women like this. You are with someone for 12 years, married on top of that, okay? And then statistically, right, she left. Statistically. Who knows, right? We could hear it. But if you can be with someone for that long and your relationship still end, that's got to say something about you. That's got to say something about you. You decided this man was... You love this man. You decide this man, you could see a future with him. Right? I mean, like, 12 years, you must have seen everything about him. And yet, it still would end. Or let's go with what I'm assuming. You still left him. What's the next man going to do? What could the next man do that the man that you stayed with 12 years and married to couldn't have done? 12 years. It's not like you were with him 1 or 2 years, 3 years. You were with him for 12 years and married with him, and you still left. What's the next man going to do? This is the thing where women think that there's perfection out there. I'm going to leave this man, and I can find my perfect man out there, my soulmate. What do you think there's out there? What does women think that there's going to be out there? Women always think that there's going to be better. There's always better out there. Okay, fine. Good luck. You're 40 and you're still looking.
You guys get divorced.
He was very stagnant. I got married at 22 years old. And, growing into myself and understanding who I was, we just weren't the same. He was a little
Sounds. I was right. She left him.
bit older, but he was very stagnant and he didn't want to own property. He just didn't want to better himself. He just was cool with being in the and then he started cheating. So I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Now, I don't condone cheating, right? But it seems like within those 12 years, she was probably unhappy already. She probably, it's only an assumption, right? Maybe it's wrong. But how she's saying things, right? She's saying he's stagnant, he was going nowhere. She was probably unhappy already. And then probably just made the relationship unbearable. I'm not trying to give this man an excuse, but I'm saying, like you said, he cheated. And she probably was unhappy, or most likely she was already unhappy. Made the relationship unhappy, so the man he stepped out. I don't agree with that, but I'm saying, like, this is a thing where you're hoping. It's like this is the thing. Women want everything, right? They want perfection. Stagnant. Was he not? I mean, like, was he not paying the bills? She's not saying that. She's just saying that she's saying that this man doesn't have, like, big aspirations, right? He's like, he makes 50K now. She wants that man to grow and make 100K, then grow to make $1 million. Constantly growing, constantly, trajectory is constantly going up. She didn't say this man was not paying bills, was not loving her, was not taking care of, his responsibility. But he didn't have high aspirations. Not every man is going to be an Elon Musk. It's going to be an entrepreneur. It's going to be like the next Jeff Bezos, right? Trying to be entrepreneurs, own multiple properties. It's like, what? Do you want the man for the man, or you want the man because, like, he's going to become rich one day? It's just a thing where women just like, so the next man better be owning properties, better be like, and this is the thing, right? Why, you know what? Do not trust women that say, oh, I want the man to just make 60 to 80K or whatever. No, you, like most women, want a man to make 100K and to continuously make more. She proved it, right? By her subtle words, her other words, right? To show that what man that makes like 60K or 70K are owning multiple properties. No, she wants the man to make. This is what I'm saying, right? Women say things to try to not make them seem like materialistic, gold diggers, or all those other stuff, right? They don't want to make themselves seem bad. But they essentially will out themselves. You essentially want a man to make 100K and continuously making more and more.
So he started cheating. So you guys got divorced 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to get married again?
I do.
You don't qualify for it.
Okay, fair enough. God, why can't I think my next question? Oh, what was the last? Oh, you told me a year ago. Okay. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
I'm an overthinker. I think I start showing that I like a person before I figure out if they kind of like me. And probably being nonchalant during argument. I don't like to argue. I don't like to speak to men in bad ways. So I kind of don't even like let it bother me. Even though it may be bothering me, I don't let it bother me. So I've been told that's been a flaw. I don't really speak up.
Okay, you don't really speak up. Okay. And what's the age range you would date? You're 40.
Yes, I would probably do 38 to 48 or 38 to 50 maybe.
38 to 4. Oh, you go 38 to 50. Could he have kids?
Yes, not too many and not too young.
Okay. You don't, I think you want to say no.
Well, my ex had a lot of kids.
How many kids?
He had like six.
Well, wait, you got married at 22.
Yeah, he was 7 years older than me.
So
And
at 22 years old, when you were 22, he was 20, what is that, 30?
yeah, he was about 30.
And he
Yeah.
had 6 kids already?
Yes.
Why did you marry him?
We grew up together. It was something familiar, you know. It's a long story, Kendra. Like,
Women are absolutely unbelievable. Remember what I said, right? They attract and they're attracted to terrible men. They choose terrible men. What do you think? What type of man? Okay, at 28, she's 22. She said 7 years, 29, almost 30. Okay, at 30, having 6 kids already by 30. Wow. Okay, 6 by 30. What type of man do you think you're dating or marrying? I'm surprised she didn't have a kid with him. I'm surprised. 12 years? I mean, I'm really surprised. And then he cheated on her. I mean, what do you expect this type of man? It's like, do women even like vet men? I mean, like, it's a red flag. You see this man is like, most likely, I'm assuming he have 6 kids by multiple women, right? Not just one or two, probably like 3 or 4. Okay. How could you see that man as a viable candidate? Okay, how? And fine, if you do see him as a viable candidate, you changing up your mind shows you that, you know what, you never did see him as a viable candidate. You were just, like she said, right? She grew up with him, so he was familiar, so she just did that. What? You just like, you didn't take it seriously, right? The responsibility, the seriousness of it, right? Being with someone for most of your life, or a good chunk of your life, okay? 12 years is a long time. And then married to the person. You did not take that seriously at all. You didn't take the vows seriously, and you didn't take choosing a man seriously.
my mom kind of distilled in me not to have a lot of trust for men when I went off to college, and not to let anybody get me pregnant and that type of stuff. So I didn't date all through college. I didn't date. I didn't talk to men or anything. So when I came back, being in my hometown, he was just familiar, comfortable. He kind of wore me down a little bit. And I was, I'm cool with the kids. He didn't really have them, like only 4 of them was full time. And by the time we decided to wait a little bit till they got older. And by the time that happened, I realized I was kind of the only one doing the most for the children. So I'm like, I didn't want to add to my list of things to do. And then
Let
at
me
that
ask
time,
you this: did you guys never want kids yourselves?
I did. I did at one point before I saw how I was having to do everything myself, kind of for them.
And then you didn't want to have kids of your own then.
Add to that with him, but I always thought it wasn't going to really last. But now I'm open to it.
Got you. Okay,
This is the thing where women don't. Women do they heavily underestimate the advice of not having kids later on in your life. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that you can't. Of course, you can have kids. I've heard women in their 50s have kids. But you underestimate the risk to your life, that is. You underestimate the risk to your health, right? Bleeding, non-stop bleeding, or I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have a higher chance of postpartum. Okay, but I'm not sure about that. But still, there's other complications to your wrist. You can die. Alright? I mean, like, you can die. And hell, women can die giving birth in their 20s and 30s. So, you pushing it on into your 40s when your health is not the same as when you're in your 20s. So, it is ridiculous. I mean, not saying that you can't, but let's I always do this, right? I do this a few times, right? Do the life calculator, right? She's 40. Let's say she takes a man, and it takes her, let's say, almost a year to find a man. Okay? Or, you know what? Let's give her such a great time schedule, okay? She's 40. She meets a man tomorrow from this show, okay? Tomorrow. Well, you know, let's say you should evaluate the man for a good while. Let's say 2 years. 2 years. Okay, now you're 42. Okay? 42. He's going to propose to you and marry you in a few months. Let's say now you're 43 and now you're married. Okay? 43. Okay? And this is like a rush. This is a rush time clock. 43. Now, okay, now you start trying to get pregnant. You might have your child at 44. Around 44. Seriously? You're just putting you're putting your life on you're putting your life in harm's way because of your stupid ass decisions. And I'm really lightning speed this time clock, okay? This whole time schedule, this is lightning speed. It's like happening within a couple months, right? Like getting married to a person and having kids within like a 3-4 year time clock is quite crazy.
Just out of curiosity, how many children's moms did your ex-husband have?
2.
2. Okay.
2? Really? 2? This bull is like, he's a red flag. I mean, it's already a red flag having 6, but if he had 2, let's even it out. He had 3 kids with each. Seriously? I mean, like, I would question the man. Like, why would you have 3 kids with each one of them, hypothetically, and not still be with any of them? How can you have so many kids with a woman and not still be with that woman? See, unless she left you, which, let's say this, right? Unless she left you, that also makes you a red flag because you are probably terrible. I'm holding everyone accountable. She was definitely hold the woman accountable too, but still, that doesn't take away from the fact that this man is a red flag because having 3 kids with him and still not wanting to be with him, that's a red flag. So, I mean, unless you know, I don't know. Unless we know more of the story, that she just used them for kids.
Okay, fair enough. So that's over. All right, Toya. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Let's see. I think I'm resourceful. I do understand how to create that peaceful, safe space for a man. I'm very submissive.
How? Right? Let's say this, right? She didn't date in college. She was with one man for 12 years. She has very little relationship experience. So,
and I think that's why it's really important for me to have a certain type of person, because when you're submissive, you can run into a lot of toxic men. Yeah, and you know, I basically know how to take care of I know how to be a wife.
Okay, she knows how to be a wife. So let's do it. Her name is Toya, Tallahassee, Florida. She's 40, a Libra, no kids, IT equipment manager. She would like you to make between 70 to 80K. 38 to 45 is the age range. She was actually married before, with desire to get married again. How can the man reach out?
I mean, she seems like a nice lady. I'm not. None of these ladies. I'm really. Not all of them. I'm not really bagging on the personality. More like their delusions and the hypocrisy of what they're asking for or what they want and stuff. It's just. You're 40, right? You have very little experience in relationships and dealing with men. And you want a leader type man. Yeah, you're submissive, but still, a leader type man. This is something I keep on saying, right? Women ask for a certain type of man. Do you know he's controlling? Are you able to deal with a controlling? This is the thing when women don't understand. You ask for a traditional leadership type men. Do you know those men are controlling? Are you able to deal with those type of men? Women seriously do not know what they're asking for. And then when they ask for it, they don't like it. But then they leave that relationship, then ask for that same type of man again. And then expect that man to be different. It's just ridiculous. Yeah.